Hello, welcome back to CyberRock. So today I'm going to teach about the MAC Auth authentications. I request you please like and subscribe to my channel to improve your uh, channel. So your help for subscription very important for your help. So please like and subscribe to my channel. Again one more, please comment. Each and every person should be a comment. The video is good or not, is knowledge going to is improving or not, anything going to happen or anything going to challenges you are facing the current scenario in the ClearPass. Please drop a mail or any comments. I will suggest you or any guide you, any guidance or any uh, tips we will share to you with the help of mail or any other discussion forum. So please like and subscribe and comment. So I think the some students enroll the our course. Our course is total ClearPass course, hands-on course, expertise course, sharing the lots of knowledge and total lab scenario. I'm not going to screenshot. Okay, so please enroll the course and comment. Everybody should be put a comment. So our knowledge I am improving or anything going to wrong, so I am try to improving. Okay, so jokes apart, so today I am going to teach about the MAC Auth authentication. There are some important notes about the MAC Auth authentication. Why using the MAC Auth authentication? That is very important because of MAC Auth authentication using the this type of AAA authentication, but it's not secure to at compared to the database authentication. But we are using the some non-manageable, non-username password devices. That time I am using the MAC Auth authentication process. The MAC Auth authentication, that means the map in the ClearPass language, that uses the map MAB, MAC Auth bypass. I'm just overview about the MAC Auth. Then I'm going to how to configure the MAC Auth. I'll show the configuration. Please use that only configuration. Okay, don't get the confused. So today I'm going to teach about the map. What is meant by map? Map is a MAC Auth bypass. It's a critical. It is a ClearPass language, but we are using that known as MAC Auth. Okay, so MAC Auth authentication. MAC authentication is sometimes referred to as a MAC. It's a map. Is a commonly used to the fail through for headless, non-using the .1s capable devices such as legacy devices, a guest user, cameras, IP phone. So map is often combined with the .1x and Capit portal as part of the colorless port configuration. I show you some design of that part, how to do this MAC authentication. Just overview of that. So I'm just designing that part, MAC Auth, how to work in the MAC Auth. So I'm just designing the part. So I'm just explaining step by step. I'm explaining step by step. So don't confuse of the MAC Auth policy. How to configure the MAC Auth, very important because the MAC Auth is not secured as compared to .1x. So make sure that don't use a MAC Auth, but some devices not compatible with the username password credential, though that time using the MAC Auth. So that is very important for the MAC Auth. Okay, so this is our camera. Okay, and this is a switch. One second, this is a Cisco switch. It's a L2. Okay, and here is our ClearPass. ClearPass, also known as CPPM. Okay, one more thing, I'm just so client, this is a client, there is a camera is sending the packets, there is client sending the packet, that means camera sending the packet. Okay. These are our ClearPass. Okay, these are ClearPass, and this is switch. The switch. I make one box over here. That is authentic. It's easily can find out this. Okay. Okay. Fine. So this is a box. Okay. Okay. One more guy. Just my motto is you should be understand the each and every part of the ClearPass, because you're not going to anything missing, so you are troubling for troubleshooting. So that very important. Request. Okay. This is just sending to the ClearPass, and after that we are this request radius escaped and revert to the packets. Okay. Just moment, I'm just again more is okay. So what is the map? The Aruba ClearPass is the network access control, the solution that provide secure network access control for user and devices. Then main motto of your ClearPass, this is a secure your devices. Each and every device should be on secure. Nobody can access your network without your permission. Okay. The MAC Authentication is the one of the authentication method supported by ClearPass. MAP or MAC, both are name same. Okay. So MAC Authentication is one of the authentication methods supported by the ClearPass, and it involves the authentication device based on your MAC addresses. It involves authentication device based on their media MAC address. That's media access control. That means the media access control. Some MAC authentication work user cases. Just I explain to you. Device identification. MAC authentication is primarily used for identification and allowing or denying network access to device based on your unique MAC addresses. Please listen carefully because of this very important point, because the how to work the MAC authentication, how to work the MAC. First, device identification. MAC authentication is primarily used for the identifying and allowing or denying network access to device based on their unique MAC addresses. Each network devices, each NIC card in a device has a unique MAC address. That is very important. And the ClearPass uses this information for identification. You got my point? The ClearPass using this information for identification. So first important point is MAC address and device identification. MAC authentication is primarily used for identifying and allowing or denying to network access device based on their unique identity of MAC addresses. Each network interface card unique identification, that's MAC addresses. And the ClearPass uses this information for identification. Okay. but ClearPass it's using for the MAC addresses for identification. Second point, no user credential. Unlike traditional user-based authentication method, MAC authentication does not require username to enter username passwords. That means MAC authentication does not require user to enter username or passwords. Instead, it relies on device MAC addresses to grant or deny access. It means that only username password itself is a username password for the MAC addresses. No need to install, no need to enter the username or passwords. That username password itself is a MAC address of the systems. Okay, you got a point. Third point is the device onboarding. MAC authentication is often used for scenario where device need to temporarily or limited access to the networks. When device onboarding, MAC authentication is often used to scenario where device need to temporary or limited access to the networks. For example, if a new device connect to the network, its MAC address can be authenticated to provide a limited access until the user or device undergoes or more comprehensive authentication process. That means if the new device you connected to your network, that device not able to access your network because of that device sending the request to the ClearPass, but ClearPass denies because of that MAC address totally new. When you need to whitelist the MAC address from your console, then going to able to access the network. Then going to MAC Auth policy is applicable. Without MAC Auth, without MAC whitelisting, they are not able to access your network. Please make sure that you should be whitelist your MAC address from your console. Without MAC address whitelisting, they are not working. Even in Hindu, you are applying the policy also. But you should be whitelist the MAC address in your console. Make sure that if you not whitelisted that MAC address, that means that device not able to access your networks. So when going to onboarding your device, that time only should be that MAC address whitelist in your NAC console. Okay. So MAC addresses can be authenticated to provide a limited access until the user or device undergoes a more comprehensive authentication process. Okay. When going to any device need to onboarding like printers, like IP phones, like cameras, any non-username password device, should be whitelisted with the help of MAC Auth policies, MAC authentication. With the help of itself is the MAC address, username, password itself is a username and password for MACers only. But the condition is that MAC address should be whitelisted in your system, in your console. Without MAC address whitelisting, that device not able to access your network, not connect to the network also. So make sure that device should be whitelisted your console. Fourth point is IoT devices. IoT devices, Internet of Things. That devices such as smartphones, cameras, sensors may not have a user interface for entering credential. That type of devices, it may not have entering the credential. So MAC authentication is useful in such cases to ensure that these devices are allowed to connect to the network based on their MAC addresses. So such type of devices not entering facility to username password. So that time uses the MAC authentication policy. That means the MAC address itself is username password they are using. But its condition is that MAC address should be whitelisted in your NAC console. Okay. This fifth point is guest network. In guest network scenario where user may not have user credential, that time MAC authentication can be employed to grant temporary access to the guests based on their device MAC address. Okay. But make sure that MAC address is not secure. I told you MAC address policy is not secure to the networks. Okay. So until and unless, please make sure that when going to apply the MAC authentication policy, so make sure that is not secure to your networks. Okay. Again, supplementary authentication. MAC authentication is often used in conjunction with the other authentication method for additional securities. For example, device might undergo MAC authentication initially and then be required to provide additional credential for more comprehensive access. Okay. So keep your mind that while MAC authentication is a convenient method in certain situation, keep your mind that while MAC authentication is a convenient method in a certain situation, it is not a foolproof. It is not a foolproof and can be vulnerable to certain attacks such MAC spoofing. It is often recommended to use in combination with other authentication mechanism or more robust security posture. So I am told you because MAC authentication not too secure. Okay, somebody snooping your MAC and entering your network and hack your network. So make sure that please when going to apply the MAC auth policy, please make sure that condition that requirement. Okay, just I am worried about the MAC authentication how to work like that only. I am going to just configure the MAC authentication policy. Okay, so because MAC authentication occur between such switch and Redis servers. MAC authentication occur between switch and Redis servers. No client side configuration and interaction is necessary. Due to this simplicity, MAC authentication often deploy in first step in the network authentication journey with the eventual goal of moving to .NX. It is then used to fallback mechanism. When the .NX is some and until and unless some .NX is failed, that time going to that request going to MAC auth. There is a MAC fallback mechanism. One thing to be aware of is that MAC addresses can be snooping. Okay. MAC authentication should only be used in the combination with the other authorization component like device profiling. Okay, make sure that device profiling should be applicable. Okay, ClearPass has built-in conflict state that triggered when the categories of device changes. For example, printer it should be profiled to computer or printers. Okay, it should be applied your profile for the device fingerprint. So this is our overview about the MAC auth policies. Okay, and again just I am going to the how to do this, how to configure the MAC auth policy. So just I show you how to configure the MAC auth policy. So just this is my dashboard. Go to configuration. When going to configure the MAC auth policy, to go to the configurations, services, click on service and click on add. I am just going to configure the MAC auth fresh policy. Add, click on this, go to select the MAC auth authentication. So this is our type is a MAC auth authentication. Enter the any name. So I am just entering the USA MAC auth service. Okay, and authorization. Okay, profile endpoints. Okay, you should be click on the profile endpoints. So authorization should be allow MAC. No need to the authentication method only allow MAC. That's it. Okay, and here is the endpoint repository. That's it. First time in the select the service MAC authentication, then enter the name, select the authentication and profile endpoints, select the authentication, allow all MAC auth. Authentication source is endpoint repository. Authorizations, so only select it. You can select the endpoint repository. Okay, role should be your MAC guest roles. You can should be applied PC, new PC, printers. So that is a roles. You should be applied the roles. That role should be a new PC or kiosks, printers, ATM, camera, blah blah blah. So you can modify also here. You can modify the policy. The policies go to modify. You can add the device. One sec. I think my screen going to. Okay. I want to just a new PC. You can copy the rules and click here. Edit the rule and change the ID. You can put one second, new PC. You can push camera is there or not. I don't check. If you're not there, you can configure the camera. Student, no issue. Student put not okay. Okay. So they done camera is not there, so need to configure the camera. And the guest policy, I'm going to guest policy and configure the camera. So where go to go? This is a role. Go to role. Okay. Click add. Enter camera. So its camera is there. So you can go to again. I'm just configuring the camera roles. Add MAC Auth. Already name is there, maybe USA. I'm just entering the USA. Yes, okay. Authorizations, profile endpoints, select the MAC Auth, either select the endpoint repository. Authorization, endpoint repository. Role should be in the guest. You can select the ghost. So I'm modifying in the camera. Is there or not? 1 second. I'm changing this IoT device ATM. I'm changing ATM edit. I'm checking the camera. Is there? See, camera is there. Save it. So camera also is there. Save it. Okay. Again, enforcement. So enforcement, as per your enforcement, what enforcement you apply the .1x, that only enforcement you should be applied over here. Make sure that same condition applicable on the .1x also and the MAC Auth also. So just USA policy be there, na? USA. This is USA policy. So this is a condition. Okay. This is a condition. Please make sure that this condition posture should be same. In the MAC Auth policy, enforcement and posture where they are using a .1x and MAC Auth are same. Please make sure that. Okay. So this is a enforcement policy should be like that only. Okay. The posture should be quarantine. System going to not healthy. Okay. So profile, any category, Cisco switch. So only for Cisco bound supports, summary not required. Okay. Authentication service. Okay. So make sure that is the condition. So again, what need to change? So some change in your policy. You need to add your group. Client MAC address, NAT IP address. I am adding the switch group. Switch group belongs to switch group. You can add some policy. I am adding the only group that one number of switches can club in this group. So this is a third condition. Make sure that third condition are NAT IP address, client MAC address, client MAC address, client IP address. What you need to add, you need to select like that only. Okay. So I am adding the overall switches. So that policy overall switches. So please make sure the group need to be bind over here. All the conditions are same. No need to change the condition in the MAC Auth policy. So MAC Auth policy has been created. When going to new policy service, that going to total down. So our service working in the top to bottom. So please make sure that service going to below the .1x, not for the above the .1x. So I am read over the service. This read over the service. I am going to .1x where it is configured. Now there only I am click on down. .1x where it is. .1x is not configured. .1x policy may not be configured here. Correct. Here there. So the policy MAC Auth policy in the or below the .1x. Below the .1x. Where I am putting over? I think it is going up. USA above USA. Okay. I think my policy. 1 second, just moment. Where I am putting that number. This is .1x. Okay. This is a copy .1x. So that condition should be the MAC Auth policy should be below the .1x, not above the .1x. Okay. Every time you should be make sure that the condition or working style of the ClearPass, going to top to bottom, show the applicable of the policy where it is the top of your service, that only hitting first, then going to the second service. So make sure that when going to MAC Auth service, you should be below the .1x. First is web auth, second is .1x, and third is a MAC Auth, like the numbering. So every time MAC Auth policy should be in the below the .1x. So this is our service scenario. I am just showing the this service is 100% working, not going to any challenges, not going to any query. All conditions should be apply your the Cisco environment or any environment. Not I am talking about the Cisco, any environment, it should be used like that only. Okay. So this again I am show you. This is a condition. I am entering the name, policy type, enable, authorization options, conditions, TDS ETIP, NAS type is. This is a template. Is a by default template is available in your ClearPass. When going to new add MAC Auth service, that time is available. You need to should be add only this last condition. This is a fourth condition should be add over here. That's it. Okay. This is a fourth condition should be add, and this is a condition method. Method in the all allow MAC address, endpoint repository only MAC addresses. Authorization endpoint repository. Role should be like your devices, printer, IoT devices, camera, whatever you can enter over here. That's it. Enforcement policy should be same like the .1x and the MAC Auth. Not a difference than the enforcement policy. Okay. If you like the config and the like that only, it's possible. Okay. In more query about the enforcement, I am not going to teach about the enforcement because enforcement is it's a big and vast topic. I am going to next lecture to come teaching that how to configure the enforcement policy. Okay. Profile it should be applicable the profile. If a MAC Auth, no need to configure the profile. Okay. But .1x should be configure the profile. Okay. If the .1x not going to configure the profile, it's okay, no issue. But when going to configure the .1x, that only should be configure the profile. Okay. But it should be there. It's not issue about that. It's okay. Okay. So I am just I am showing about the how to do this ClearPass, how to MAC Auth that this is working. So that is our motto of this lecture, because some my friends, they are sending the message to me, can you show me how to Cisco switch configure the MAC Auth policy. Just I am this lecture for that person only. So thank you guys for this help and support to encourage to me, and please subscribe and like to my channel for improve again. Okay. So again one more thing, I have the all CPPM course. So now I'm course going to 50% discount, so anybody can interested. So please enroll the course and achieve and improve your knowledge about CPPM. Okay, I have the live labs. I show the live scenario. Don't worry about the. I will take care of the all the ClearPass course. I am going to expert your knowledge. Okay. Again, one more thing. I have one more questions about the many person. Yeah, they are using the ClearPass only the authentication. That's it. They are using only license about the only access license. So what is the use of the ClearPass, bro? This is not used by the only authentication method. They are using the license only access. They are not going to onboard, not going to OnGuard, not going to only for access license. So what is use of the access? Access only for authentication. That is AAA authentication. But what is use of that Cisco device? We are going to MAC binding. That is same things. Not going to any other changes. But when going to ClearPass using, you should be use the all the posture compliance, OnGuard, health, endpoint health status, everything only for the main in the mode or MSP point of view. Or ClearPass is only the posture appliance. That posture not using the what is use of the ClearPass, not using the ClearPass of these all the features. You should be use the all 90-95% use of the ClearPass. But some person is not going to implement the deployment of the deployment that features. Some lack of knowledge. So I am going to request to please, when going to deploy the ClearPass, it should be implement the 80 to 90% their features. No, not going to only install, not going to authenticate only radius, that's it. Radius not going to secure, bro. The radius not going to only authenticate it, but not is secure. It should be secure only help OnGuard or Onboard. That's posture be applicable, that posture deny access profile applying, and that system going to quarantine, but only we're going to accessless, and that system not going to quarantine. That only for authentication, AAA authentication. Okay, so please make sure that when you use in the ClearPass, you should be use the 80 to 90% that roles and features. Okay, thank you guys. Nice talk to you. Bye bye.